You got three mottos and nicknames, unlike other people. You got the GOAT, the Buster, the Kid. For people that are watching this that are unfamiliar with you or with Melee, why those three?
It's kind of funny. I feel like looking at it now, those are like different. Because again, I'm like almost on year 20 of my career, and I think each one like exemplifies. I think that's the word of like each era, and it's like. The Buster is pretty much like you might have a player like this in Call of Duty where like their highs are so insane, but their lows are just so pathetic.
Yeah,
and that was kind of me for the longest time. Where like on a good day I'm just like ready to show up, and on a bad day like I'm losing to anybody. Like I'm fighting for my life out there.
Yeah.
So I think that's where that comes from. The Kid was just hung out with some like New York people back in the day, and they would say, and then I would just call myself the Kid, and I just kind of stole it.
Yeah.
And then that was like the hotshot, like little douchebag Mango era. Just like
was the Kid era?
Yeah, I think he's just a little asshole. And then
and you worked your way up to the GOAT.
And then the GOAT, took some time. I was the GOAT, and then I wasn't the GOAT. And then now, like, I think most people would say I'm the GOAT. I think with GOAT debates, because I just recently got into basketball, I see how heated they get and how people will never switch sides. So it's like, I think most people would say, but there's always going to be the other people who are just arguing it, no matter what.
What do you think is the biggest argument against you?
This is my lows.
No, like the person. Oh yeah, well you're but what who do you think is, if you were to argue against someone, if say you were a Mango hater, put yourself in their shoes.
Yeah.
Who are you arguing is the GOAT against a Mango fan?
It's Armada easily. I think
really?
It's me and Armada 1-2. Like I think if you put everything out, I would be above. But I think if you argued for Adam, I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
And I don't think you're stupid. I think if you say anybody else put the two, you're smoking crack.
Okay.
Like, I don't know what.
Yeah.
I don't know what game you've been watching. If you think
for that, you definitely haven't been watching that long.
Yeah. If you think anyone else besides us two, like I don't know what you're viewing or how you value things.
That makes sense. If you could think of years of, I mean, you don't have to answer this like you don't have to think too deeply, but if you could think of years, the Buster year, the GOAT year, the Kid year, what 3 years are you picking?
What do you mean, like?
Like what year is your biggest Buster year? What year is your biggest Kid year? What year is your biggest GOAT year?
Buster year would probably be 2018. I didn't win a single tournament that year, and since I was
guess who stays subbed during that entire year? Not Clayster.
Not Clayster?
Not Clayster. Wasn't subbed at all during 2018. Some people went the whole year. Continued to be subbed.
It's funny that you bring that up because just random side note. Like a few days ago, someone in my chat came in and they were only subbed 2 years, and they were like, "It's so hard being a Mango fan." And I'm like,
"You don't know."
I'm like, "You don't know." I was like, I've actually been like this year. I've been kind of like chilling, but I'm like prior to that, like I've been on fire minus that. So I was like, you have no idea what you're talking about because 2018 and the example I always give. So we had pools at Summit, and pools like you can lose all your pools matches, you still make it out. Like it's just for seeding, I guess. I'm sure you guys have pools and shit.
Yeah,
right?
we have pools.
Okay.
Yeah, we know.
So, my highlight of that year was I beat Armada and HBox in pools. And then when I asked people, like, what do you think about 2018? They're always like, Saturday Mango. Because that was the day I went off on Saturday.
You went off on Saturday.
That was the highlight of my year. And then I got shit on the next day. So, like, that's how bad that year was. It was just...
That was the Buster year.
And that year was like, I remember just thinking, like, I think... If you ask anyone who's ever competed, when you just fail so many times, like, there's a moment when you're like,
is this it?
What am I doing with my life? And like, I felt that many times that where I'm like, man, I don't think I got it anymore. Like, I'm fucking garbage, blah, blah, blah. That sucked. The Kid year, there's maybe a few. There's like actual little kid Mango, and then there's like kind of douchey 21-year-old drinking Mango. It's hard to tie that to a specific year.
Okay.
So that one's a little tricky. But the GOAT year, I think in 2014, I won a Big House, an MLG, and an Evo.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that was like a sick year. I won everything that year.
Yeah. I was at that MLG. That was my own.
Anaheim?
Yeah.
You were there?
Yeah. I was there. I was there for COD, but I had just recently gotten to Smash, so I was watching Smash more than I was watching COD. And then I was also at Apex 2015.
That's a Buster year.
That's
actually
that was also insane. An insane tournament in general. Like we switched venues and we were.
I want to take this time to complain.
Okay.
So we call it a John in Smash. It's like an excuse. So we get there and it was like Friday, Saturday, and they're like the tournament is canceled. Everybody like we're going home.
Yeah.
So I get absolutely blackout blitz drunk. Like by 4 p.m. I'm wasted.
Yeah.
And then the next day they're like we gotta play, and I'm like.
They really did.
So and then there's a side story with Joey, and I'll always be mad. I had the $1,000 money match with Leffen that year.
Yeah.
And I slept really poorly the night before, and Joey calls me in the morning. He's like, "Let's do teams. Like I really want to do teams." And I'm like, "Bro, I really want to go to sleep. Like just no." And he's like, "No, bro. Like we can win." And I was like, because you feel bad ditching your teammate. You don't want to do it. So I'm like,
Yeah.
all right.
Except for tomorrow. You've already told me you're going to ditch him.
Oh yeah, he's getting ditched. Tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay.
But this is 10 years later. The fire's not there like it used to be. And then I show up and we play against Leffen and Ice, and they're double Fox, and Joey's Fox and I'm Falco. And that's a really hard matchup for Falco to like deal with 2 Foxes.
Yeah.
I played the best I've ever played. Joey gets Shine Spike like 7 times. And we just lose, and I remember just being
You were tilted from
so annoyed. And then I couldn't sleep, so I felt like shit all day, kind of hungover. And then I lost $1,000 to Leffen, and then I lost to Adam. So I just lost to both the Swedes, lost 1,000,
and
tired, miserable. Oh my god, that was one of the.
Dude,
I think it's funny because people look back at Apex 2015, they're like, sick tournament, loved it. So many highlights, and the whole time I'm just like,
dude,
such a bad weekend.
It was just the event. It was my first ever time getting hired to. I was taking pictures at the time, or a video or something, and
You're a picture guy?
I used to be. I'm not a picture guy anymore. Matt just took the picture, the thumbnail of you. Like, he's the picture guy, and he's not a picture guy either. But so we didn't know if we were gonna. I was there to working with Mortality when Axe was a part of Mortality at the time. So I flew out there. We actually drove Chudat to the event, and then it got canceled, and I was about to go home, and then we moved venues, and the venue was like 45 minutes away, and it was snowed in.
It was a journey. I remember all the Smashers just like, you got a ride, you got a spot, you got a spot. It was like
people are carrying like Smashers
whatever
carrying
they could.
CRTs on their backs and stuff. And then the event goes until like 4 a.m. both nights, and Smash 4 was on before you guys. Smash 4 Top 8, I believe, was on before.
Was that Smash 4? Was it there?
Or Wii U? Is that the same game?
I only remember Melee there.
No, because they got pissed because after finals of it was either Wii U or Smash 4, the crowd started chanting Melee.
Looking back, we were like really mean to them, but it's only, I think now we're nice. Like, even if I hated Ultimate, I would just lie and say that I do like it.
I hate Ultimate.
I like it. I actually, like, bottom of my heart think it. Not competitively. It's like 80 matchups.
Okay.
As a game, like, I think it's fine, but like
maybe so, yeah.
But like looking back, we're so mean to them. Like, yeah. I mean, it's because as I got older, I was like, it sucks when people shit on your game. That's a bad feeling when people are like,
especially if you're super passionate about it.
Yeah, it's just like you don't know what you're talking about. So like looking back on it, it was like,
I guess
we're kind of dicks.
I guess playing Smash in general is kind of like that, because if you see like a get right, on stage in front of people, and then they're like, yeah, you watch esports? Yeah, my favorite player is Mango. He plays Smash, and it's just like Nintendo characters running around. I guess it's kind of, so you kind of got to relate to that when it comes to.
Yeah, that's why I think we toned it down. I think we realized that.
So during Top 8, this was you.
Yeah, that was. You have a picture?
I have a picture of it.
That was me trying to sleep.
That's you trying to. It's. We'll display it on screen.
Because Joey made me get up on, and that was what I tried to sleep. But
yeah, it was one of the first pictures I ever took.
That's fire that you.
Yeah. It's pretty.
I remember I took 4 chairs, and I'm gonna try and sleep way over here.
All during top 8 of, I think it was Wii U. All during Top 8 of that. And then woke up for your Top 8.
And then lost $1,000. That was the end of me.
Yeah. And I remember, because I was shooting it, and I was like really hoping because Axe was already out. And I was like, all right, so I hope this is Mango's run. And then Amsa was playing you super close, and I was like,
yeah, we had a close one.
Oh shit.